What if Vegeta was the last surviving Saiyan? No more warriors, no more glory, no more enemies to surpass. Only a lone prince, surrounded by the silent ashes of a race long gone. Frieza thought he destroyed them all, but fate left one behind, one too angry to die. No crown can warm a heart that has outlived its people. On this throne of silence, Vegeta rules nothing but ghosts. Beneath him is a world he once scorned. Now, it holds the last memory of his kind. Goku's first day on Earth. When the pod landed, he was just a child, but not a child like any other. No bump on the head, no lost memories, just the cold mission, destroy Earth and move on. He didn't make friends. He conquered them. Villages disappeared overnight. Mountains were shattered by rage. The child once meant to be Earth's savior became its nightmare. Rashi saw the fire in his eyes and the blood on his hands. The old master tried to teach him control, compassion, but the boy laughed. Kindness was weakness, and weakness would not survive. Earth's last defenders fell. Kami, Yamcha, even Tien, crushed beneath Saiyan wrath. And from the wreckage rose not a hero, but a tyrant. What if Gohan turned evil after the Cell saga? Cell was gone. The Earth was saved. But the boy who won the battle never came back. He stared at the crater, not with relief, but with emptiness. He blamed himself for letting it happen, for letting his father die. And when no one could understand his pain, he turned it into power. His old master tried to stop him. Piccolo begged, not as a warrior, but as a father. But the boy he raised was gone, and in his place was a god of wrath. Peace no longer served justice. In Gohan's world, peace came only after submission, and Earth finally knelt. What if Gohan turned evil after the Cell saga? Cell was gone. The Earth was saved. But the boy who won the battle never came back. He stared at the crater, not with relief, but with emptiness. He blamed himself for letting it happen, for letting his father die. And when no one could understand his pain, he turned it into power. His old master tried to stop him. Piccolo begged, not as a warrior, but as a father. But the boy he raised was gone, and in his place was a god of wrath. Peace no longer served justice. In Gohan's world, peace came only after submission, and Earth finally knelt. What if Broly was raised by Goku? After planet Vegeta's destruction, a lone pod crash-landed near Mount Pozu. Inside, a crying baby with power beyond comprehension. Goku didn't hesitate. He picked up the child and gave him a name. Gohan got a new little brother. Chi-Chi got a second headache. And Goku? He got a sparring partner unlike any other. For years, he was calm, kind. But Saiyan blood never forgets its rage. One day, Broly saw Vegeta, and something inside snapped. The world watched in awe as the kind-hearted boy raised by Goku became a berserker. Now, only one man could stop him, not with fists, but with love. What if Goten turned evil like Majinbuu? Born in the shadow of legends, Goten was never meant to be ordinary. But neglect, it grows in silence. And deep inside the boy, something dark began to bloom. They thought Majinbuu was gone, but a trace remained, and it found a vessel. Goten's heart, kind, but ignored, became its new cradle. He stopped smiling, stopped training, and one day he vanished. When he returned, cities burned behind him, and the symbol of Majin glowed on his forehead. Goku never imagined his own son would stand against him. But this was no longer the boy he raised. This was the rebirth of Majinbuu. What if Vegeta became god of destruction? After years of chasing strength, Vegeta stood at a crossroads. Whis whispered of a new path, not as a protector, but as a destroyer. He trained in solitude, unlearning mercy, embracing judgment. And when he emerged, Vegeta was no longer a Saiyan prince. He was a god. A corrupt empire rose. And without hesitation, Vegeta erased them with a single word, Hakai. The universe trembled, for its new god did not smile. Goku watched his friend become something else, something terrifying. Now he must ask, can a mortal stop a god without becoming one? What if Piccolo never turned good? After Goku's sacrifice against Raditz, the world expected Piccolo to change, to become a teacher, a hero. But what if he chose vengeance instead of virtue? Without Gohan's light, Piccolo never softened. He reclaimed his title, Demon King Reborn, and began his conquest of Earth. Tien, Krillin, even Goku's ghost returned, but none could stop him. Cities burned. Hope faded. The world was ruled by fear and green fire. Chained and broken, Gohan waited. Until one day, he broke free. Not as a student of Piccolo, but as the one meant to end him. What if Bardock raised Goku on Earth? In the final hour of Planet Vegeta, Bardock defied fate. Instead of dying with his people, he escaped, with his son, to a blue world, where hope had not yet died. Hidden in the mountains, Bardock trained Goku not with kindness, but with truth. They hunted, fought, bled, and the earth trembled beneath two Saiyans born for war. Raditz came expecting weakness. He found a boy raised by a warrior, and a father who never forgot what the Saiyans lost. This time, Earth would not bow. Goku was still pure-hearted, but he wasn't Kakarot anymore. With Bardock behind him, he wasn't just fighting for Earth. He was fighting for legacy. What if Cell absorbed Goku instead of Android 18? Goku tried to buy time. He teleported into battle, hoping to distract Cell. But in one flash, the unthinkable happened. Cell never wanted Goku, but now, with his Saiyan cells directly absorbed, he evolved beyond logic. This was no longer perfect Cell. This was something divine. Gohan never had a chance. Vegeta couldn't believe what he saw. Even Shenron could not fix what followed. From a timeline of ruin, future Trunks returned. He had seen gods fall. He had trained beyond limits. And he carried one thing Cell couldn't absorb: rage.